Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we gotta talk about New Jersey again, and we're gonna keep talking about New Jersey because it just keeps getting hyped up, and it's getting shaking up because a new bombshell poll once again was released, showing Mikey Sherill and Jack Sherill is neck and neck. And I just noticed a long time ago, but the Republican poll was vanished. Poof! Out of nowhere. Where is it? I don't know. Wikipedia, are you trying to hide it or something? I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of mistake. I do know there's this one poll I never heard of before. It's called Yes, Every Kid. And I'm like, what kind of poll source is that? Even that, a distorted poll source like this shows Mikey Sherill underperforming vastly, below the margin of 50%. So, yeah, the Jack Sherill poll from National Research is legitimate, in case you are wondering. Oh, it was taken because it was illegitimate. It was a good poll, and they took it off. I don't know why, but they could be safe-facing. As you can clearly see, it was added into the average by multiple sources. You'll see that Decision Desk HQ even has Sherill leading by 4.2. That is hilarious. That's amazing. So we have a lot to talk about today because it isn't just the bombshell poll that was researched by Emerson College, which I would believe is more of a liberal. I would imagine that it struggles a lot. It's not very accurate. And here you have, in other words, it vastly overperforms, vastly overestimates Democrats. And you see this poll taking place. It's a neck and neck tie between Mikey Sherill, and Jack Sherill. And it's about to get even it's going to get even warmer because guess what? It's warming up because Mikey Sherill is in a big bit of trouble because her military records have been exposed and she has been caught into a military scandal. Now, New Jersey Spotlight News will try to make this about her. She'll try to make this liberal fake news outlet will go out of their way to make Mikey Sherill look like the victim by blaming Jack Sherill. Why? Because Jack Sherrill's team found this out. They released this. And they're going to say that, they're going to try to go, because already you have Hakeem Jeffries touting a criminal investigation. And my thoughts are this is not going to go anywhere. Okay? This isn't going to go anywhere. And we know this does damage because Mikey Sherill is getting very upset over it. She's panicking. She's running to the Breakfast Club to vent about it, where she did a very big, devastating Kamala Harris blunder, which could end up being her moment at The View, if you ask me. It's like the View sort of scenario in the presidential race last year. That could be ended up hurt like that. But I want to react to this 2-minute clip of the New Jersey Spotlight trying to blame Jack Sherill for the scandal that Mikey Sherill decided to get herself into. So let's go ahead and react to this.
If the governor's race in New Jersey has felt civil so far, that's all changing. Democratic candidate Congresswoman Mikey Sherill is calling for a federal investigation after learning that her entire military file, including private personal information, was released to Nicholas DeGregorio, a political ally of Republican candidate Jack Sherill. Now, those military files included Sherrill's social security number, insurance information, and other private details. Sherill says the request to access the files was unlawfully approved by an employee at the National Archives and Records Administration, and that after Chitterelli's camp obtained the files, they leaked them to the press. She's accusing the Trump administration and Chitterelli's campaign of weaponizing her personal information for political gain, and says if her records aren't safe, than no veterans' records are. Now, the National Archives and Records Administration did send a letter to Sherill admitting their fault in the process. Meanwhile, the New Jersey GOP has accused Sherill of being implicated in a cheating scandal while at the Naval Academy. They're calling on Sherill to release her full disciplinary record from the academy after learning that she wasn't allowed to walk in her graduation.
You know what's funny about this? So, the Democrats never cared about Epstein, right? This is their new platform. In fact, they've been pivoting from Epstein. They've been trying to hide Epstein for 8 years. But now they found out, Trump must be on the Epstein files. So they go and they tout Epstein and make it their biggest political thing. And they've been touting transparency, release the files, transparency, which we agree with. I mean, we support transparency, but it's not transparency when you don't release files that don't benefit you, right? So this is what they do. Rules for thee, not for me. You gotta release the Epstein files. Trump's on the files. Release the files. The public deserves to know, but not our files. No. Not Mikey Sherrill's files. No. The public doesn't need to know about that. And even though they absolutely do need to know about this, because if Mikey Sherill is running for governor of New Jersey to be a transparent leader for the people of New Jersey, she needs to be transparent and put everything on the table. Okay? You don't understand how much backlash last year that Tim Walz got for his stolen valor. Okay? Veterans across the state slammed him. And he basically made it very difficult for Kamala basically to run this campaign. I mean, Trump lost the state by 4. That is with a very popular, what was a popular governor in the state of Minnesota running up by her ticket. Stolen valor destroyed Tim Walz. Even though this may not be stolen valor, Mikey Sherill was indeed in the military, but she has lied about her record in regards to some sort of stuff. So there's maybe a little bit of stolen valor here, but. Notice, release the Epstein files, but no, you can't release my files. And they will say, it's about personal information. It's about social security number. It's about yada, 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 yada. And, the liberal media just lies so much. Their credibility level is hit all-time low. I just really can't believe it. And, although I don't believe in sharing that personal information, that is something that, hey, we got to ask if this is true, will this hurt Jack Ciattarelli? Well, I think it's going to hurt Sherill more than it's going to hurt Jack Ciattarelli, and I think Ciattarelli knows this, okay? Because Sherrill's campaign's already in a sinking ship right now. And with these polls, the fact that she's all the way in California for the vast majority of summer response bias for Democrats, she's now in New Jersey, she's trying to catch up. And we do have, of course, we'll finish this up, but we do have the Ciattarelli campaign getting Democrat donors. He's getting Democrat supporters, mayors. They're coming up. And if he's getting mayors, he's likely going across the aisle, picking up liberals. So we're going to have to react to that. We'll probably react to that after we react to the Breakfast Club. But yes, this is basically a Kamala Harris of New Jersey, a discount Kamala Harris. She's running around. She's now back here. She's crying foul. She's crying criminal investigation, yada, yada, yada. Even though really, I think I think New Jerseyans have every right to investigate you, Sherill. You're the one that says you have so much to offer New Jersey, but you don't even want to offer and ask critical reasons why, about your military record. Let's go ahead and see what the liberal news has to say more about this.
Sherrill's graduating class had some 130 midshipmen tied up in a cheating scandal, which Sherill says she wasn't a part of, but rather was barred from walking because she refused to name classmates involved. She has refused the GOP's request to release her records.
See? Release the Epstein files. We need transparency. Well, okay, Mikey Sherill, you got to release your files. No, I can't do that. No. Mikey, if the files are nothing harmful, then why don't you release it? Hey, I mean, you're being asked. Like, if a government organization saying, release the files, telling you, higher up authorities telling you, you gotta release this for transparency reasons, wouldn't the smartest thing to do is to release your files, Mikey? I think this would better benefit your campaign if you just released it, but she can't. Why? Her military record's garbage. Don't get me wrong, I'm proud Mikey Sherill served in our army, but I'm starting to have a lot of questions. What are you hiding from us? So this is quite interesting if you ask me.
Says she, quote, graduated and was commissioned as an officer in the U.S. Navy, serving for nearly 10 years with the highest level of distinction and honor.
Okay, so yeah, this is New Jersey Spotlight covering and pivoting for Mikey Sherill. They won't even ask the reason why. Why is Mikey Sherill not releasing those, releasing that list? Releasing those files, that military record. New Jersey hasn't seen transparency in so long. And New Jersey, and Mikey Sherill comes out to make herself to be the next coming transparent governor. And now she won't even be transparent with this. I mean, hey, if there's nothing wrong with your record, Mikey Sherill, you should release it and make Jack Sherill look like a jackass. Okay? But you're not. You're not. I wonder why. Because if you don't release them, New Jerseyans, they're not dumb. They're going to catch on. If there's nothing wrong with your record, you should release it. And make Jack... And this could splat right into Jack Shirelli's face. But you're not. Because the record is more damaging inside. It's going to make it worse. So, yeah. I mean, it's not just that. I'm going to see if I can pull up a video because I hate to use... what's his name's video? But let's see. We're going to go ahead and pull up... Let's try to pull up Mikey Sherill Breakfast Club on her salary. So yeah, you do have those records here. This is hilarious. Okay. Yeah, here's the main video. I don't want to do it. But Red Eagle, sorry, I gotta use your video for once. I'm going to view the 20-second video clip that you played. Because I'm not going through the Breakfast Club and Charlemagne the Devil and what he has to say and blah, 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 blah. Being a weak little minion for the Democrat Party as it is. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this clip that what's his name, Red Eagle, applied to us. So we'll see here. There we go. Let's see what old Mikey has to say about her salary.
Max claimed that you made $7 million from stock trades. What are they talking about?
Newsmax is, first of all, a very questionable organization that is paying multiple fines. I'm not sure what they're talking about.
Well, did you make $7 million in stock trades at all? Or?
I haven't. I don't believe I did, but I'd have to go see.
This is a Kamala Harris. And okay, maybe this isn't as bad as The View, the viewable view, and just that viral moment of would you do anything differently than Joe Biden moment that Sonny Holston clearly offered Kamala Harris. It's probably not as bad, but it shows not just the word salad brain mentality of Mikey Sherill. It also shows that, she's also hiding something. This is a lady that wants to go and prosecute. She wants to go after Elon Musk. Elon's bad. He's an oligarch. And now we're finding out she's getting paid way more she's getting paid way more via specifically stock trades, which are very unpopular when it comes to both political parties. Both political parties don't like stock trades. They can't stand it. And when we have Mikey Sherill saying that, I've been stock trading, and she goes, Newsmax is a questionable source. Well, MSNBC, BS Now, BSDNC. And Joe Scarborough, who runs around still saying that Joe Biden's as smartest as he can ever be. And you have Shenanigans saying that, MSNBC saying that the Charlie Kirk shooter was actually a Republican who got excited, who must have got a shot of testosterone and just shot his gun in the air and hit Charlie Kirk. I'd like to know what she means in regards to that.
That is paying multiple fines is, first of all, a very questionable organization that is paying multiple fines.
Very questionable organization, she says. Really, Mikey Sherill? You mean MSNBC, which claimed that a Republican shot his gun in the air and it hit Charlie Kirk smack in the neck like that was not intentional? Really? Well, I'm just pointing her, like, she's just being a partisan. She just doesn't like Newsmax. That's just her view. But yeah, I think no one's going to take her for granted. And she sounds so like she was not expecting what's his name, Charlemagne, to expose the skeletons, more skeletons. The viral clip that, not just military records. Mikey Sherrill's been taking stocks trades, okay? Very unpopular amongst both Democrats and Republicans. They both want to get rid of stock trading, except for the establishment, of course, because they're gaining from it. But, and of course, Mikey Sherill being an establishment Democrat, that's not a surprise. Are you kidding me? But yes, we also have to, actually, speaking of Newsmax, let's react to Newsmax, specifically holding and reviewing Jack Sherill and what he has to say in regards to his momentum that has him going. So let's go ahead and view Newsmax for 5 minutes here.
Republican New Jersey gubernatorial candidate Jack Ciattarelli. Great to have you here. Let's chat about this. I mean, this is a very close new poll here showing you and Mikey Sherill in a dead heat, 43% support apiece. This race really tightening up. Where do you see it? How are you feeling? Are you confident right now today?
Very confident, guys, that we'll finish the job over the last 39 days, rather, and deliver a win. The poll that came out yesterday, of course, is great news, but it only reaffirms what we've known for a couple of weeks. That we're right where we need to be. And this is a dead heat. Her camp has it the same way. And the one thing I'll always point out is that Republicans underpoll in New Jersey because we're outnumbered by the Democrats. So I like the position we're in. I only have 21 to compare it to. We came so close to 2021, but this time feels very, very different. In the last 5 weeks alone, 3 prominent Democratic mayors have endorsed my candidacy. It tells you everyone wants change.
Wow. I know. I remember the race back when you were facing Phil Murphy. He was running as an incumbent, didn't quite win it. But this time it's really interesting to see just how close New Jersey could be to flipping red. Let's zero back into the allegations on stock trading because we wanted to show this flashback to our viewers. Earlier this year, your opponent was pressed actually on the Breakfast Club radio show.
Yep, here's the video. Well, what are we watching Red Eagle for?
A Newsmax.com article which cited a Washington Free Beacon report about those very trades. Let's watch together.
So when Newsmax claims that you made $7 million from stock trades, what are they talking about?
Newsmax.
This is back in May, by the way.
First of all, a very questionable organization that is paying multiple fines. I'm not sure what they're talking about.
Well, did you make $7 million in stock trades at all? Or?
I haven't. I don't believe I did, but I'd have to go see what that was alluding to.
First of all, she's dismissing the network here, but she doesn't have an answer. Jack, I'm sure you saw that clip.
We saw that in the debate last week as well. She can't answer any question, and she should know something about paying fines. She broke federal law and had to pay fines for what she didn't do, what she did do, rather, with regard to stock trades and stock reporting. And for her to take a pot shot at Newsmax like that, shame on her. She can't answer the question, who wouldn't know that their net worth had tripled? Who wouldn't know that there was $7 million more in their account than there was only a few years ago? Come on. Nobody believes this. And we see it with the revelations of yesterday with her not participating in the graduation ceremony at the Naval Academy. There's a question of credibility and character here.
And just, you mentioned that, and I actually want to put out, this is a statement here from Sherill. She says, I didn't turn in some of my classmates, so I didn't walk, but graduated and was commissioned as an officer in the U.S. Navy, serving for nearly 10 years with the highest distinction level of honor, according to CBS News. She added that Jack Ciattarelli and the Trump administration are illegally weaponizing my records for political gain is a violation of anyone who has ever served in our country. No veteran's record is safe. So that's her response. You're up next. How do you respond to it?
She was not allowed to participate in her graduation ceremony. She was punished by the Naval Academy. And saying that she was covering her friends is code for lying to investigators. And so she needs to come clean, and she can very easily do that by approving the release of her disciplinary records. But she won't do that, which strongly suggests that she'll continue to lie about this issue. Talk to any veteran, talk to any graduate of any military academy, and they will tell you that not being allowed to participate in your graduation ceremony at the military academies is a very serious issue.
She's taken issue with the records going public and some of the information that was also included in the publication. So we'll be watching that story. Before we let you go, I have to ask you about a major endorsement from the New Jersey Fraternal Order of Police, one of the largest police unions in the state. Last time they endorsed was years ago. And of course, that was for then Democrat candidate Phil Murphy. So what kind of impact is this endorsement going to do to your campaign?
They know, as do all of law enforcement, that I will have their back, my attorney general will have their back, and our 21 county prosecutors will have their back. They're tired of being demonized by Democrats. They're tired about this unbelievable rationale that we show more sympathy for the criminal than we do for the victim. We've got to get back to being a law and order state. We've got to get back to respecting law enforcement, particularly at the local level. All that will happen when I win the governorship.
Yeah, and certainly we're seeing that across the country right now, is that everybody looking to support the police now. Jack Ciattarelli, thank you so much for coming on. We wish you luck. It's a dead heat right now, and we're going to continue to follow it. We're anxiously waiting to see how this all goes. Thank you so much, Jack.
Guys, thank you.
Yeah, he's going to be an amazing governor. He's going to be New Jerseyans, you got to get out and vote. He's going to be an amazing governor. Yeah, I mean, this isn't looking good for Sherill. Let's be honest. I mean, like, we can actually look at the 2021 race and see the swing. Like, this is Jack Ciattarelli's momentum, okay? This is his momentum. This is by precinct. Yeah, you even have, okay, I'm getting these stuff here. So you got Burlington County, well, something like that. But yes, get all this stuff out. So give me 1 second. There you go. All right. So I'm specifically looking at the swing map. if there is one. Yeah, there we go. So there's a shift. Okay, so yeah, you do have the Democrats will say, "Oh well, we're gaining in here, we're gaining over here, we got by some tiniest of margins." But let's be honest. I mean, you got this county right here. I don't know what it's called, but what's it even called? And it generally is more bluer in presidential races, but I've noticed in other races, it's tend to be more conservative. I don't know what it's called. Bergen, PCX, Somerset County. Yeah, that's Somerset County. Yeah, Somerset County was very close, actually. 3.3% point in the margin. It was just and 2017, you'll see that Phil Murphy barely carried that county. So when we're studying this county right here, it is more compatible in governor's races than it actually is in presidential races, which we've seen quite well that this county, yes, it's getting more liberal, and I will say and argue it's kind of filling into the climax. Like you have Union County, very liberal up here. You got some areas, let's see here, to put up the demographic municipality. Yeah, you do have these southern areas right here, and it's specifically areas like Merced or something like that. I don't know what it's called, that county right here, Mercer County. You have also this county right here, and why that's a liberal county and why that might be the case. Let's actually pull up the precinct of municipality. Yeah, it's pretty liberal over here. So it's really falling into the climax of that county. So it's really, I think, personally, Somerset County is going more left, specifically to fit the presidential wise. You also have this area right here, but let's keep in mind they're barely shifting to the right, left, barely. Okay, barely. Meanwhile, you have Bergen County, Passaic County, solid here, and you have this going by like 70% to the right. Oh, I want to say 70%, but let's see if the trends. Let's see here. 10 points to the right, or 12 points to the right up in northern New Jersey. You have 15 points to the right in southern New Jersey. I would imagine that would continue to go rightward. Meanwhile, you have these, you got this county could go more to the right. Passaic, we have room to grow. I mean, we can even look at the Senate results, see how that turned out. Now, Senate results are going to be different, because we do have to remember they were it was a slight shift to the right, mainly because you didn't have a Bob Menendez running. Okay, you didn't have a Bob Menendez, which obviously very likely would lose for sure if he were running against a Jack Sherill for the Senate seat. But you do have, of course, Andy Kim, important to know, Burlington County right here, Burlington, I want to believe, 60%. Why? He comes from that county. So, yeah, demographic-wise, he appeals to voters over there. This is the shift, mainly because reasons. It's mostly because of Bob Menendez not being in office, but the most important areas are right here. Yeah, you'll see this is the key to win an election. Bergen County, Essex County, Hudson County, Passaic County, Morris County, sure, yeah, that's also a key also. But I am 100% optimistic that we're going to probably pull this one off. Like the data what we're seeing right now. Now, I don't want to get people very excited because just because we're seeing extraordinary data right now, it doesn't mean that sure we could be overestimating, we could get overhyped, and we get overconfident, and then we lose to Mikey Sherrill, a gambling buffoon. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope that New Jerseyans take a look at this lady. It looks like they don't like it. Let's hope they get out and vote against her. And let's vote for change, most importantly. It's not looking good. You're seeing a Shitterelli surge. And I don't know what happened to that Jack poll, but that poll is legitimate. You still see it's in the roster. Wikipedia is being cowardice. I don't know what the problem is. They took it out or something. Some liberal biased buffoon took it out. If they don't add it in, they're clearly trying to cover up for Mikey Sherill. But anyway, what do you guys think in regards to this video? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.